Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Advanced Squad Leader for 35 plus years. I'm your host as always, Jabba Fett, and we have a... Unfortunately, it's going to be a solo play tonight, just because my partner could not be here. And I figured I would play RPT-72 Yangtze Doodle. It's near about in the same time frame as we're already in. And it's a relatively small scenario, so I kind of figured it's better if I play this one solo for now, so that I can have some of the the bigger, perhaps more interesting, quote-unquote, scenarios to play with my regular opponents. So, because I'm also doing this, this is kind of like very late for me to find out. I'm just going to build the scenario while I talk about it and while we talk about things. So if you're in the chat or want to talk about stuff, if people want to leave comments, or if there's any, if there's anything that happens on any of the videos, hopefully I will be able to comment on it. So, as you might expect from a scenario that takes place in October 1937 in ASL, it's going to feature, or it should feature, or will most likely feature, Chinese versus Japanese fights. This one is no different from that. It is taking place in, I guess, mainland China, because it does not say, well, I guess mainland China doesn't really make sense. It takes place in China, obviously, but there's no special conditions. This is like one of the simpler scenarios I've seen in a long time. The special scenario rules for this scenario are that the weather is moderate and there's no wind. That's it. North is also pointing to the right. Yeah. And this is also a very short scenario. This is only 5 turns. So, again, for some of these scenarios, the really small ones, I think they can... sometimes they're if I can plan to have 2 or 3 small scenarios at the same time, that might be more interesting than just having, what this will essentially be a potentially super limited scenario that just goes by real quick. So, in the scenario, like I said, it's 5 turns, so it's very short. It's a relatively small number of units that we have to deal with. In this case, the Japanese win the game if they control the bridge hex, provided there are no good order Chinese MMCs in buildings on or between hex row S, and U. So let's just put up a map annotation right now. It says this is my victory hex. And I will put just a small perimeter line here. And we'll copy another one. It's a new, really? Okay. Alright, cool. You know what? I will take these and I will move them down to the bottom. There it is. Okay, so that makes that even more condensed than what I was thinking of. If I click on this, perfect. And we can go grab the turn counter. I picked the wrong one again. There we go. So, in this scenario, it's 10 squads versus 9 squads. It's very small. The Japanese actually have a manpower deficit here comparatively, which I think, as we've seen before, it's not really that big a deal. Because of the way the Japanese troops get to keep fighting. As long as you can trade out or get some kills, that's what really matters. If you can break troops, especially, yeah, that'll be a positive. Now, the Chinese start with 4 squads they can have in between R and V. I can also set up on R and V, but I don't really think there's going to be much of a point of that. Let's just put these guys here for now. Meanwhile, the Japanese are start south of M, on hex rows Y and BB, and the rest enter on the south edge on turn 1. Meanwhile, the the Chinese are in this area as mentioned, and they set up north of hex row EE, on or north of hex row EE. So there's a real good, well, a real split situation here, and yeah, you know what? With that being said, I think the best decision here is going to be in these buildings. I want to say this building. If I was playing this, you do get to freely check line of sight and all that. And I'm trying to think, is there a reason to pick? Is there a reason to pick T3 for my MMG location, Vice, U5, U3, S5? I think T3 gets to see a lot more, right? Like if you're setting up, you do get to freely check your LOSs because it's, before the actual gameplay. So technically I can, check all this stuff, whatever. Since the Japanese set up between, on and between Y and BB, yeah, there's definitely... The only thing I'm worried about is a mortar doing something, but honestly, I don't know how much of an impact a mortar will necessarily have. Something to worry about, though. I think what I'll do is I'll have the 8-1 leader there, and the hero on the left. And my thought process is this hero is going to help lock down reinforcements that are coming in from the south or the left on this one. I'll probably just say left because it's way easier. So I get to lock down troops that are coming in from the left. He gets a modifier, which is still great. Anybody that does not go out into the open here, or at least along the road, where they'll be vulnerable to the hero, will be vulnerable to the machine gun on these hexes. And the hedge only providing +1, he gets to shoot and with the -1, etc. So I should be able to get some good bonuses out of that. T3, I'm gonna assume can see X6. It might be really close, and there is gonna be hindrance, but it's still something. And I can shoot at Y6, which is important because that's gonna be an obviously important building. I don't really want to double stack anybody because, again, as we've seen time and time again, you get an area where more than one group is stacked, and then next thing you know, you just have a lot of problems that follow with that. Anytime a unit breaks, anytime you're getting shot at and you're chancing 2 breaks versus just 1, on a low counter, low density scenario, it's not always the optimal choice. Thankfully, the Chinese are pretty much all elite. I think this is 6. Yeah. So I got another 6 good squads, a 9-1, which is great, 7-0, which I won't complain about, a light machine gun, which, sure, whatever, and a mortar, 45mm mortar. Does it say what kind? It's a 45 short. I have literally 2 types. I'll just take this one. Now these guys get to set up on or north of EE. And I'll be honest, I really want to have 1 squad with a mortar. I can get up into CC6, and I can just try to blow them away. Even if that isn't a real great spot, if I'm in DD7, I get to watch units coming down. So either way, I think it's good. It gives me some options. Speaking of, I think I will... I'll probably focus on a bottom... on the bottom to go in. If only because the terrain is a little bit better. It will cost me more in terms of movement, but I don't really want to have Chinese troops up here, because just if they break, there's not really anywhere to go, and I'm chancing a lot for them to break in all this open ground. Where at least, you know, hedges here, and, you know, I can say, screw it, I can't be seen anyways. I'll go here, and I can watch for reinforcements. So maybe this is what I want to do. Actually, you know what? Yeah, and let's take... those guys will be my runners. I'll just have this guy behind. I think that's how I want to do it. On the Japanese side, and that's all the forces that the Chinese get, by the way. They don't get that much. So on the flip side, the Japanese get a very small amount of units. It's not something to necessarily be too concerned about, but also, depending on what happens, I don't want to take my chances. I don't know if I can actually shoot that mortar from... I can't imagine I can shoot it from inside a building. Do I want to keep... do I want to have it assembled? I might as well. And I think, considering the number of troops, I'll probably have the MMG here. Squad and other dude in this. That seems to make the most sense. And then, depending on what happens or how much they move, I can sort of... can retreat these guys, or I can figure something out. Oh, you know what? So, the Japanese move first. So maybe... yeah, you know what? I'm going to try and take advantage of this being a wood building with this leader in the MMG. Even though they could shoot back and all that, but then I can just kind of swap some positions around in the assault or advanced phase. So that's those guys. Then between... oh, wait, sorry. These guys are the guys down here? Huh, okay, well, that changes that. Not a whole bunch, but it changes it anyways. Okay, if I was a mortar and I wanted to shoot people, where would I go? Also, did I lose this guy? Okay. I am very worried that I'll lose... like, I can't... So I can set up on or south of hex row M. Okay, well... can this guy... if I was here... could I see here? I most likely could. Yeah, there's some shenanigans with height around here, so maybe what I want is to have these guys on the bottom end. I can have the MMG in this building. Maybe try to suppress the, you know, people coming through here. And then infantry can set up for mortaring. Because the alternative is I set up high, make it to these hedges, which Q2 is like very... it's not a great spot because obviously they can just get shot by these guys. But if I go this way... no, I don't have the forces to really take that, so I think I gotta wait for that. Now the actual YBB guys that I screwed up on, will have one LMG. It'll be 3 448s, which is even better. And still having a 9-1. So again, I think I'm just going to keep this same placement. Alternatively, I could stack all of them to try and break the leader and the squad. That would give me 8 firepower up 1. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then hope that a +2 back won't be as bad. Well, they'll only stripe, I guess. So I'm not. It's not the biggest risk, but it isn't. It could be something more prudent, I guess. I have some 448s that come in. Unfortunately, I have an odd number or an even number, so I can't really stack them in a way that I would like, and all get bonuses. Although, you know what? Is it better? No, it's not. Is it? No. Because I would have to spend the extra 1 anyways, so it's not good. Okay. I'm not really going to worry with concealment. Everybody... Really, like, only these guys would get concealment, and then they would probably... Well, they would lose it anyways, unless I really, like, want to drag my feet, which I don't really want to do. With the Chinese in this scenario, so I don't think I'm really gonna care about it too much. Okay, do I have everything? I have 4 squads: hero, leader, MMG. I have 6 squads over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 leaders, mortar, and LMG. Yeah, three squads, LMG. 2 squads, crew, MMG. Yeah, I should have everything. Okay. So, yeah, let's just get right into it, because I don't really need anything else. It should also be stated that nobody controls W6. Since both sides have specific setup areas, and W is not one of them for either side, nobody controls this hex row. I believe it's in one of the setup, not necessarily guides, but it's in one of the setup things that'll tell you, like, who gains control during, at what time for, like, victory purposes and all that. So, so yeah, anyways, we'll, let's just, can't forget, snipers and thing. Snipers. So, the Japanese sniper and the Chinese sniper. Put this in my info box here. Axis ELR is 4, which is pretty great. SAN a 3, which is meh. But it is immensely better than the 2-2. Uh-oh. Okay. Well. ELR 2. I can't... So here's a thing that should be observed. Well, actually, you know what? I might be able to get it just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. So this sniper has to go here. I could probably put him in S7 as well. But there's not really any other spots that they can go because they have to fulfill the 6 targets within 6 and so on. Since I can get, you know, a nominal amount within 6, they have to essentially be that way. And unfortunately for the Japanese, they have to have their sniper more on the right side because, again, most of the forces are here. And there's at least 5 of them, so I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. Weather check. None. Perfect. There's no rally phase action stuff to do, so I'm just going to go straight into prep fire, which, again, plan is Y6 to T3. because it's long range. It's 2 firepower, 2 firepower, 2 firepower, 6 plus the 2 here. It's a wood building, -1 leader, so 8 on 8, which is about as good as I was hoping for. And I do break the squad. So now I don't have to worry about being shot at in return. I mean, I could still with some Chinese troops, but they're not really all that strong. And they can't really route anywhere that allows them to be safe and route away. So if I wanted to, I could have a squad, the squad with the LMG, just hang out in Y6, constantly blink away, and now never really have to worry about that guy. Movement phase, since I have nothing else that I really want to shoot with, I might as well move the leader first with the crew. The MMG is the normal size or whatever, but I'll still bypass for 1, 2, 3, 4. Meanwhile, the how would line of sight work for there? This is kind of a problem where I don't really know what the line of sights look like for everybody, but I'll do 1.5, 3, just end there. You know what? I'll late CX with the top guy and have him go to 07. And speaking of CX off board, they're essentially on a road off board because of the way that you mirror locations or hexes or whatnot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because they're CX, and then road bonus 9. The guy behind, same idea, on a road, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then road bonus 1. Okay, is there anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, okay. I think that's it for my movement. Defensive fire. Do I want to try? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd still get the bonus. I'll do a 5. That'd be 5. Maybe I should have shot during the movement, but I think it's a 5 up 1. Yeah, 5 up 1. 8 on 5 might be a Pintash check. 8 on 5 is Pintash check. They are pinned. That sucks. Well, not critical, but still unfortunate. These guys don't have a shot. Actually, it's funny. I don't know if there's a spot anywhere here they could set up and have a shot on anybody. I think they're all... that's probably why they're positioned that way. Same idea. They don't really have a shot, so I think I'm just going to go straight to advanced fire phase, which I don't have any. Routes. Well, there's one broken guy, but again, I don't really know if I want to route. I think I'm not going to route this turn. Force these guys... Well, they'll have to advance anyways. But I don't really think I want to focus too much or worry too much about this guy being broken. Not yet, anyways. So advanced phase. There's a few things I want to do. Let's have these guys all split up. Mortar will advance 1. I'll keep the MMG here, just in case there's any shots that come back. These guys can go down the road. This guy can go down the road. And I believe that's it. So I'll take off pins. There's no CC. Turn 1 Chinese. Alright. No weather change. I do have a rally attempt that does not work. And I don't have anything else to do. I don't have prep fire because this guy's broken, and pretty much the only thing. You know what? I'll do another 5 up 1. Oof. Does a hero prevent the stack from cowering? I know a hero doesn't cower. Hero shouldn't cower, I think is more what I mean to say. I don't think a hero cowers, but does he prevent... Cowering. I think the squad cowers because a hero doesn't impart um, that bonus. It's just him not doing it. Cowering. Do I have anything else here? Yeah, no, I don't see anything here. Because heroes aren't leaders is how I think it's handled. So these guys cower, which means it's a 3. Instead of on 4, it's 2. So it's a 3. So it's a 4 on 2, which is a 1 morale check. But that will stripe them anyways. So still positives here. I don't really think there's anything else for me to do. I don't need to go sacrificing a guy in U5 or whatever just yet. No matter how much I might want to grab this, essentially. Yeah, so in the movement phase, now I gotta decide how I want to move these guys. So I gotta prepare, essentially, for movement this turn to their assigned positions, and then turn 2, they need to basically, like, execute that. So, yeah, let's do these guys first. So they will go across the hedge for 2, sorry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do these guys want to shoot them as a 4 flat? No. Unfortunately, I really have to be conservative with my shots. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Yeah, no. This guy's gonna CX 1, 2. I don't think this guy would see him. Not there anyway, because I think this woods would block it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he has to stop moving. This squad will also CX, goes to DD9 for 1. And this one I'll try to take a shot at. Actually, it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think he can shoot it, but it's halved. Because I forget what I think machine guns have a maximum of 16. Does it say? Advanced fire phase? No. Machine guns. Range. 9.7? Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. MG fire is limited to 16 hex maximum unless an infantry leader is directing it. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so 16. You can go more if there's a leader, but cool. So I think they said it was 14. So let's string it here. Yeah, that is 14. It's a 2, down 2. Okay, well that's a 4 on 2, which is a 1 check, and they will pin, which is unfortunate. Was that a rate of fire? That is rate of fire as well, which sucks. Sucks for Chinese player. Okay. Alright, well, not the end of the world. One squad was CX, 1, 2.5, 3.5, 5. Yeah, that'll be 5. I will take a 4. You know what? I'm thinking about it, and maybe I should just have him be here. Yeah, I mean, I declared it, so... yeah, I should have stayed in CC8. What am I looking at here? It's a 4. I'm gonna say... He probably doesn't get the hedge, but he would get height advantage anyways. So it's a 4 down 1. It's a 7 on 4 as a pintash check. He's fine. There is a 2 residual. Can't go anywhere else. This guy will go 1, 2.5. Yeah, this leader will go 1, 2, 3.5. And then... I can't go in there. Late CX 7 or 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. And then this mortar. Yeah, this mortar will just assault move to DD6. I'll get him to CC6. And then he should be well positioned. This squad needs to move. The problem is where he's going to move is not really beneficial so much. You know what? I could do 1. I don't even know who could see him and have an effect. I want to save this mortar for these guys. This guy can't see him yet, and I don't even know if I would want to take a potential shot. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I get to P2, I can threaten the road. That's my thought behind that. And again, I don't want to move this guy out of it. These guys have moved. Yeah, let's go to defensive. I will try my luck again against the long range guy. So it's a 2 flat. It doesn't do anything. These guys can't be shot at. I guess I'll do my 4 up 1. Nope. And a 4 up 2. Nope. And it will force this guy to DM as well. And then lastly, this mortar I want to do something with. I think what I'll do, that's a stone building. Yeah, no, I'm not going to bother with that. I will just shoot white phosphorus, though, since I have white phosphorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's within 5 hexes. The rate of fire is 1, which, whatever. So, yeah. I have white phosphorus, though that's equal to the number, so that's the only one that I had. TEM doesn't count. Yeah, TEM doesn't count, and there's a +1 for hindrance, so it will hit. I don't think there's any other modifiers. So it will hit. I'm out of white phosphorus. So I don't have white phosphorus anymore. Does it show? No. I'm just gonna put... Where's my ammo? Ammo. Nope. There we go. Yeah, I'll just put... Oh, oops. There's white phosphorus. So I have no white phosphorus anymore. Actually, you know what? I'll just put it underneath. No white phosphorus, but it does put white phosphorus on there, and white phosphorus is amazing because it's an automatic normal morale check. So, hero, he's fine, and the squad pins. So, not much of an effect, no matter what. Which is unfortunate. If I could have gotten a break, that pretty much opens, this southern side. So, yeah, I don't really have any other shots I want to make after that. These guys have all shot. Yeah. Advanced fire phase, I don't really think I have any, to be honest. You know, this guy's pinned, so it doesn't matter. I could do a 6 up 3. No, wait, halved. No, not worth it. No. I don't think I have any advanced fire phase. Now, in terms of routes, I'm really not able to prevent this guy from just shooting at them. So I don't think it matters necessarily like where they are. I probably should have moved this guy to T4. And let's just exchange the MMG on it. But I'm giving up the road, so maybe not. Because after all, if U5 isn't... If I don't have U5 occupied, I can get the X5 real easy and then just either advance or move in and then come back out. So I don't really want to... I don't want to give the bridge away super easily. So yeah, we just won't do it. But nobody else is broken. It's really just a couple pins here and there. This squad will advance to P2. Squad and the leader, I can take these off. Squad and the leader will go into AA8. These guys can go to Y9. I'll have these guys go here. This guy can't advance, and this guy will go to CC6. I think that's it. CC phase, no CC. Japanese turn 2. Weather? Nope. Take off pins. Only rally is the one squad over here. They failed to rally. And prep fire. Now, I really don't want to give them a free building. Not just because I need it for like the objective, but I really just don't want them to have a free building no matter what. So I think I'm not going to bother with running away, quote unquote. But there are a couple things I do want to do. First off, I will shoot the MMG at the mortar. I should have line of sight on it. I do. Range is 13, so it is just a 2. It's a 2 flat, essentially. And I will break the machine gun. That's unfortunate. With that in mind, I could shoot... I don't have white phosphorus. I do have smoke, but I don't have range for smoke. So I think I'll, yeah, I think I'll shoot the mortar at them. That should be the same circumstance. Yeah, I can see them. So Ka-chunk, it is a hit. IFT is probably, there's no way. 50 halved is a 3. I would need a 7 or less. And I don't think orchards provide a -1 for airburst. I don't think orchards do airburst. I'd be surprised, I guess, is what I'm saying. Woods Hex, yeah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. So I do have a rate, not range. Although I do have that no matter what. So let's do this. Link them. Perfect. We'll take a second shot. It won't be a hit. Actually, it might be 8. What's my to hit? 13. What was the range on that? Did I range it? 13. So it is a hit. No rates. So we'll flip this. IFT. 4 on 3 is a 1 check. These guys are pinned. That sucks. That's not good. It's not the end of the world, but it does mean that they don't get to shoot as well as they would. So, yeah, it can be a problem. Next up, I do want to take a 4-up one. Oh my god. Okay, well, they cower. So they cower to 2, but it is a 3-on-2, which is a 1 morale check. Leader breaks and squad breaks. That's start of a bad day. They're prepped. Now, between a 9-1 and just a 4.47, or I could try to shoot at the LMG. Do I want to shoot at the building as a consideration as well? Yeah, I have options here. So I can shoot the mortar, potentially breaking him. It would be a 4 flat, though, which isn't really that great. I could do a 4 flat against the CX guy, or a 4 flat against a 9-1 and a leader. Yeah, I'll do a 4 flat against the leader. It won't be enough, unfortunately. I'm 1 off. Yeah, screw it. I want to have a 4 up too. Nope. But again, I will force this guy to break. I'm not sure if this will be the right call, because honestly, again, I could have had 6 firepower against a mortar with a +1, which I guess considering the roll wouldn't matter, but between shooting at a mortar and potentially breaking him versus a guy who's already broken, maybe it's not the best call, so I don't know. Movement phase. Well, this guy loses his CX. We'll have him just go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really care to shoot with the guy in P2. 3, 4, 7. We'll move to 06. I don't actually think these guys can see him. I think they'll clip this corner. But they don't really have that much to lose. Hey, wait a minute. Why did that not... Oh, of course, it... Okay. I think I only had 1, right? Yeah, it didn't trigger the sniper. Oh, did it not trigger both times? Oh, okay, that was a Chinese. The Chinese got their own sniper, so huzzah. And because I apparently didn't take out the question mark, it messed that up. So I have just 1 sniper to check out. That's not the number. Okay, cool. Cool, so no sniper. And... yeah, okay, cool. So... they don't really have anything else to do, so I'll just shoot both of them as a 5 flat. But I think that's blocked, yeah. Yeah, okay. So, nothing. It's a first fire. Cool, so that's 1, 2... 3. I'll take this as a 4 down 2. That's just an 8. Nothing. I think I should have shot 05 for the residual. And then 4. And then this guy will shoot again. It is a 4 down 2. Since I wouldn't get the hedge, which is a 5 on 4, which is a 1 check. They won't ELR because ELR is 4, but they will strike, so they are reduced. But yeah, that's not really a problem. Actually, oh my god. Why do I not think about this when I don't see... why did I not think about this earlier as the Chinese player? Okay, well, this is going to be problematic for the Chinese because I'm declaring a bonsai. And their target is this guy. I should put 2 residual. So, yeah, nobody can really shoot... well, that's not true. Actually, I don't know where he could see him. So 1, 2, 3. I'll take the shot now with the mortar. And M4, yeah, M4. They can see it. What was the range on that, actually? I didn't check. 16. Fuck. Well, he just can't make the shot anyways. And he would have not been able to do it no matter what. So, that sucks. Yeah, so it's 3 movements. 4, 5. I mean, he might as well go for broke. He cowers and breaks. So it's a 4, 2, 6 on 2. Is a pintash check. Can you pin on bonsai? I don't think you do. Unit, infantry, bonsai, bonsai. Pin unavailable. Okay, so yeah, he just breaks himself, and then these guys, who had paid 6 to get here, 5, 6, 7. And they're just automatically in CC. Or a bonsai CC, but whatever. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Yep, I don't know why I didn't think about that. It's really just, my fault there. Defensive fire phase. I mean, I will try a 4 up 2. It was a good attempt, but not enough. I don't really have the... this guy can't see anybody. This guy does not have firepower for it. Like a 4 up 3 is... or a 4 up 4 is not really going to get me anywhere. Other than some broken dreams. They don't have a shot. They don't have a shot. Yeah, I think that's it. Advanced fire phase, there's none to really do, to be honest. Yeah. Now, this guy isn't in melee, so he can route. To the best of my knowledge, he can route. Now, the problem is that the closest route is N0, so he'll go here. Interdict, he's fine. Continues, interdiction, he's fine a second time and makes it into N0. So that's interesting. Was there any other routes? These guys will route to Z10. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Advances. Well, I can split... This is going to be really silly. I'm going to feel really dumb if this works out this way. And this guy rallies. I'm not expecting it to, but, you know, it's probably going to happen. And I don't want to give them a free building. They either have to shoot or move in. If they shoot, these guys are just... the potential for them to run in is always greater, so... yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother. So, I just don't want to move. So, CC, there's none. Yeah, turn to rally phase. Weather is gusts. Can't really affect anything, but there won't be smoke. So that's fine, I guess. We'll take off pins. I have a self-rally I can attempt. And he becomes half squad. So I guess that's for all the interdiction he decided to pass. Actually, you know what? It's been a long time since I checked. If you roll 12, do you stay DM'd? Wait a minute. Why does this say, if a broken unit rolls an original 12 during the MC, it is eliminated? Well, shouldn't it be reduced? Why would it be eliminated? Why does it say eliminated? why have I never really, like, eliminated? Nope, that's not... That's just T15.2. That's not really... That's not the same. Huh, why have I never really, like... This is very interesting. Oh... Yeah, no, it's talking about something else. If a broken unit would roll a 12, it would be eliminated because it would fail its morale check and then be eliminated. I'm looking for the rallies, which is different. That's why. Okay, duh. That makes a lot more sense. No. Can I... Fate. There we go. Of course. Yeah, it just says doesn't rally. Okay, so I guess they will lose DM unless fate is written somewhere else. No, it only shows up in 2 spots. Cool. Okay, great. Well, I'm glad I survived that mental hemorrhage there for a second. I will try to rally the guys in the building. They won't get it. Starting to think that there should be... Actually, what is there balance? The Chinese MMG for an HMG doesn't really matter. I would probably let them have an 8-0 Commissar. That's probably how I would change that. We'll try to self-rally. Nope. Okay, well, prep fire. I will do a 5 flat against those guys. 6 on 5 is probably normal. 6 on 5 is a normal morale check. So the top guy pins, the other guy's fine. That's not good. These guys are still screwed. I probably will have to assault move into U4. A mortar. I want to do something with the mortar. 13 range sucks, but I can now hit these guys. Do I risk trying to hit Q2? I don't... No, I do have 2 height. I'm going to try, but I will check range first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, well, I'm going to try mortar. I will get a hit. I will get rate, which is very important as well. It's a 45, which is 5, so 2.5. 8 on 2.5 is nothing. I will try again. I will get another hit. It is just because it's area target type, it's not a critical hit either. But I do have rate, so I'll have it a second time. 7 is nothing. I should now do... Come on. This and size. Cool. I did trigger a potential sniper. Okay, well, this is starting to spell game here at this point. It breaks them. This happen. I hate when that happens because it seems like it happens too often. That will just go away. So that was that guy. I don't really have any other shots, to be honest. Yeah, too many guys are broken, so I'm just gonna have to go with it. And speaking of, it's a matter of which guys do I want to do first. Like, this guy really can't get far because he got pinned. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is about as far as I can go. There's no point for me to shoot with this guy, and he can't see him. Oh, I forgot to try and repair that. It doesn't repair. Yeah. I will assault move the guy in U5 to U4. And I will take a 1 down 1 shot at him, which doesn't do anything. So we got real lucky. And then I have to decide who lives and who dies in this circumstance. So I think I'll do this guy first. He'll assault move to AA7. I have to take this shot. It is an 8 down 2. It is a normal morale check. This guy breaks. Yeah. 4 residual. These guys I'll just... Do I want to go do them together? If I say no, and I go leader first, I absolutely want to kill this leader. So I think I will subsequent and first fire with this guy. So it'll be... he doesn't get... I'm pretty sure he doesn't get the hedge. So it's just a 4... sorry, 4. It's... Yeah, this guy is 4. It's down 2. Leader doesn't apply. And then... so it's 12 down 2. So 3 on 12 is a K3. He can only, like, thankfully, quote unquote, he can only take... okay, well, it doesn't matter. I was going to say he only takes a wound, which, you know. So these guys are both shot. That's a 6 residual. Because then he would go 1, 2. Then he'll take a subsequent as a 4 down 2. 6 on 4 is a normal. Okay, well, that's game. Yeah, that's just game. Yeah. Oh, man. Oof. Yeah. Because I can't rally this guy. Like, I'll play out the rest of the turn, but I hope it gives people an idea as to what I'm looking at here. So, I go to BB6, it's 2. I'm not going to take a shot because there's not much of a point. Even with the MMG, there wouldn't be much of a point. Goes to AA6. Now, I'm still not going to shoot with Z6 because at that point I'm Final Protective. And Final Protective is like not really all that great for Japanese side, to be honest. But I will shoot with the LMG and squad because even though this was a great shot, I was always worried about what's coming into, into CC. So it'll be a 6 down 2. Which is a 5 on 6, which is a 1 check. So this guy's fine, surprisingly. But there's literally nothing else for me to do in the movement phase. Like, I don't want to leave this MMG. There's nowhere else for me to really go with them. So defensive fire, I'm going to do a fire group with Q2 and Q3. So it's 6 from Q2 and another 6 from Q3. So 12 up 2. 5 on 12 is a 2 check. Leader is fine, surprisingly, but the squad is reduced. I can't trigger my own sniper, so blah blah. Again, I don't really need to shoot the mortar. I mean, I will, because why not? It'll be a hit. Won't be a result, I don't think, so we'll just mark up his first fired. And that's it. So, advanced fire phase, I can do a 4 up 3. It's a normal morale check. So, the leader, surprisingly, takes a wound. We'll check severity, he's fine. And the squad pins. This is probably the best result I could have gotten, to be honest. Now, I did potentially get a sniper, which I didn't, thankfully. But that's the only shot I can take in the advanced fire phase. Routes, I have to route AA7 to AA8. There's nowhere else for him to go. Y8 will have to try and make it to... actually, his legal spot is AA8, I think. There might be something with him being equidistant to Z6, so maybe that's not true. And we'll say that Z10 is his location because these two are equidistant. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then can't go any further. So he's just stuck there. This guy has to route his nearest target. The nearest place he can go is like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he has to drop the mortar and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6. Sorry, it is 6 to get there. Whereas this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay, so he has to go into GG7 no matter what. Drops the mortar. This guy would have gotten DM'd. I just didn't do it. And whatever. We'll just have him go to U3. I'm not going to bring the leader with him. Yeah, okay. That's it for routes. Advances, you're going to go in because it's literally the only move I can really do. I don't want BB9 getting shot at. And you go into the building in order to do that. And then I'm going to try the leader try to pick up. So the leader will get them MMG, and then I'll just transfer it in the rally phase. So CC phase, there's only one. Yeah, there's only one. Ambush, Chinese, Japanese. Now, the Japanese do get a +1/-1, but they don't get the leader because he's wounded now. So it is an ambush. It is a 1 to 2, and that's it. So nothing happens. Now the Japanese will fight as a 1 to 2 with a -1 for being elite. No. So this turns into a melee. The pin result will go away. So again, I still think it is over, but we're just gonna we'll try to mental this out or try to do this real quick. So weather check, nothing happens. In the rally phase, this guy will lose DM, this guy will lose DM because there's nowhere for them to go. This guy loses DM. This guy is again just stuck in the back. These guys can transfer. I think you can just transfer for free. I'm not gonna bother really checking. I'm pretty sure it's the case, so I'm just gonna leave it be. Yeah. Is there anything else? This guy has to stay DM because he's not in a woods or building. This guy will try to self-rally. Doesn't make it. And we'll try to repair. Nope. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't really know if there's any other things I can really go for. So I'm gonna be kind of crazy on this turn. I'm sure people will already know how or why. So I'm gonna skip all. Actually, you know what? I could shoot this guy as a 4-2, so I'll do that. Won't get it. Won't get rate either. But in the movement phase, I will declare a bonsai. So all these guys are going to take part, and their main target will be T3. But you can probably already guess what the point is. So they declare bonsai. I don't know what I did with my bonsai thing. I don't know why I would delete it. This I gotta move over here. So bonsai. We'll do this. So first things first, I'm gonna do the hero and squad because it's why not? It is a 10 down 3. This guy is just immediately pulverized. It is their first fire, and it is 4 residual. They will shoot at the leader and squad because I'd rather kill the leader first. And this is just me being silly. Honestly, like I would have probably called it if I was the Chinese last turn. But it's an 8 down 3. 6 on 8 is a 1 check. Yeah, 6 on 8 is a 1 check. Leader is fine, and the squad is fine because their morale goes up by 1. It's also not ready to fire. And then their next impulse, so that was 8. Yeah, so then the MMG and squad will shoot again at the leader. It is another 8 down 3. It's a 6 on 8, which is another 1 check. So the leader's fine. The squad is fine. Can't heat a battle because it's bonsai. Doesn't trigger a sniper. So this is like the worst result that the Chinese player can get at the moment. The S5 group will subsequent. So they will shoot 5 down 3. They are way luckier. 2 on 5 is a K2. So random selection. The bottom squad becomes a half squad. Then they both take a 2 morale check. So top guy is fine. Bottom guy is fine, really. Okay. And 2 residual. Now, the squad and leader will go into T3, and the other 2 will go into S5. T3 has to shoot automatically. They have no choice. So they are going to be 12 firepower, because it's tripled halved. 12 lat, because the building is +2, -1 for non-assault, and -1 for the leader. So this will kill one of them. Yeah, 2 on 12. We'll kill one of them. So random selection, leader, squad. So the squad goes away, unfortunately. I don't think the leader would... I actually don't know what happens on a bonsai. I guess he probably wounds. Yeah, I'm going to say he wounds because he wouldn't break. Yeah, I'm going to say he wounds. These guys also have to shoot. So it is a 7.5, which is just 7 up 1, I think. This has been really good rolls. So 4 on 7 is a 2 check. So first guy is fine because he's not pinned, or he can't pin. The bottom guy will die, however. Both again acting as morale checks, so they are both really lucky. Sniper does activate, which is really unfortunate. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't target broken units, or at least I shouldn't be able to. So he'll go into here and pin this guy, which is again pretty terrible. It's not what you want. And then automatically these guys are CC'd. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, well, this guy will declare CX, and he will go to S5. Squad with the mortar is just going to drop the mortar. Also declares CX. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll DM this guy. He gets to be there. These guys will declare CX. Do I have to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't really need to do that, to be honest, but whatever. This guy will declare CX. I could bypass, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Get control of the bridge, and then 5, just so that he can advance into X6. And I think that's all my movement. Defense fire, there's none that could be done, even if I wanted to, but none just in general. Advanced fire phase, I mean, I can try a 4 up 3, but there's not much of a point. Similarly, I can try shooting these guys, but it's not really worth it. Like, maybe a 2 up 2, then I'm shooting at my own guy? No. Cool. Normally I wouldn't, if I was playing against a other person, I wouldn't do that because I don't really like doing it. I just think it's kind of route phase. This guy has to route. I don't think anybody would be able to shoot at him. Can this guy see him? No. So he's fine. He routes to, we'll say V0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's good. So this guy routes away there. This guy completes his route. And that's it. Advance phase. I'm gonna throw a 447 in here. These guys in there. This guy in there. And then this guy can go back. He's pinned, so I'm really not worried about it right now. It is a 1-to-1. Could do a... You know what? Yeah, screw it. Why not? No, only one squad can really threaten any of my troops at this point, so I'm not particularly worried about what could happen. Take off. Oops. Take off defensive fire. Cool. So, let's do this melee first. It becomes hand-to-hand automatic because Japanese, and they're now the ones attacking. So it is a 9-to-4, which isn't a 3-to-2. It's just 2-to-1. Cool. This guy can't move anyways because he's pinned. So I will try a 1-to-2 against... Oh, no, wait, that would be a... yeah, well, I'll do a 1-to-2 against the squad, and I'll declare the leader to be with them. So now it's a 1-to-4, which they won't get it. So I'll just take off the pin now, but this stays hand-to-hand. Over in T3, there's no ambush because these guys all showed up after the bonsai. So we're looking at a hand-to-hand because it is Japanese and they are attacking. It is an 8-to-5, so 3-to-2. It's 3-to-2, and it's a -1 overall for the Japanese. And then the Chinese, I'll probably do against the 447. And to be fair, I'll throw in the 9-1. So it's a 1-to-1. So 3-to-2, down 1. DC hand-to-hand. It will be a casualty reduction. And then in return, they'll have a -1, so it'll be a kill on these guys. So that's that. These guys suffer casualty reduction, so random selection. The squad becomes half squad. Put that on top. Same thing over, well, similar thing over here. It is hand-to-hand because it's Japanese versus Chinese. Or because it's Japanese. It's a just normal modifier, so 8-to-5, which should again be a 3-to-2. Yeah, 3-to-2. No modifier, so it is a kill. And then a 1-to-2, down 1, which will also kill. So everybody here dies. Would have been a casualty reduction, but the hero's -1 made the difference, really. So that is that. And then, yeah, rally phase, turn 3. Now, this is problematic because, well, these guys didn't get the kill, and this guy's in a bad spot, but I don't think it can really... I don't think it'll really change all that much, but we'll see. So we'll do... Actually, I have to declare first. We'll do this guy. He will come back. Leader will make it. He should battle harden. He's broken and Chinese. What's a he to battle for broken Chinese? Chinese don't get any modifiers. +1. So he becomes a... Well, technically he's Elite 2. So anyways, he is... he is a battle-hardened, heroic 8-0 now. He'll try to route. Okay, well, he gets a second guy who, because he was broken, rallies and then surrenders. So he's just returned to dam status. And then the bottom guy will fail to rally, so we can take these off. This guy can't rally, and there's nothing else. Prep fire, none. None that I want to make, none that I want to take. Movement, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will take an 8 up 2. Won't do anything. And then this guy will do 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't make any other shots, but I will try nonetheless. What is that? 4 up 3? Nope. And then advanced fire phase, none that I really want. I don't want to potentially kill these guys. Actually, anything else? Pins? No. I don't want to kill my own guys. I'll try 4 up 3. Nope. Although really close. Routes. This guy loses DM. Yeah, okay. Advances. You know what? We'll do this. I probably would prefer having everybody in here, but you know what? Screw it. So that's it for advances. CC. It's gonna be really funny if this like goes horribly wrong, but this is a normal CC. We'll do this melee first. So it is a 1-to-1 -2 for the Chinese, and then it is a 1-to-1 flat for the Japanese, which means everybody there dies. I'll just leave the MG, whatever. Everybody there dies. We'll continue our hand-to-hand stuff. So this is a 1-to-2 because no matter what, this leader will join in. I could do 2 separate ones, I guess. Like I could do a 1-to-1 and a 1-to-2. So I guess I'll do that because the Chinese have better odds. It's not that they have better odds. Whatever, I'll just do it anyways. Because I can at least get a 1-to-1 out of it. Which is a casualty reduction on the guy with the LMG. And then this guy is a 1-to-2. Won't get anything. Which, yeah, if I had done a 1-to-2, I would have missed. And then fighting back, I'll just do... I could do 2 1-to-1s. Down 1. Sure, yeah. In return, 1-to-1, down 1, nothing, and then a 1-to-1, down 1 will be casualty reduction. So this guy gets casualty reduced, and this guy gets casualty reduced. Oops, not what I want to do. This guy gets casualty reduced. Cool, okay, well everybody's being weird all together, so nice. And then this is an ambush chance. So Chinese, Japanese, there's no ambush. And it's just a 1-to-1 flat, which goes to melee. It is surprising that it might actually turn into a Chinese victory, which is it's pretty funny. Which obviously, I think the only reason I lost is because I decided to do a bonsai. But I don't think I really would have done a bonsai. There's not much of there wasn't a point to do a bonsai while this MMG was serviced, is really the thing. But yeah, no rally phase. Or, sorry, there is a rally phase stuff. Both of them come back. Yeah, this will be the decider. Prep fire, none that I can do. There's no movement. There's no defensive. CXs will go away, though. So CX goes away. And I just go straight to advance. Or, sorry, not even. Straight to CC. So, over here, I have a 1-to-1, down 1. I'm just going to take it, just because, whatever, I'm playing for time at this point. And then 1 to 2 flat. So these guys all die. And that'll honestly be game because I don't I have 1 squad, and I wouldn't be able to prevent control. So, and then this guy would be a 1-to-1 down 1 because it'd be hand to hand, which would kill him. And then in return, doesn't get it. So this guy dies. And then there's just no way for me to reclaim these buildings because there's 2 turns left, and the Chinese move last. So as long as 1 squad survives, 1 unit survives anywhere, I just have to stay in one of these buildings. I could have these guys all just like rush this guy, and then again like keep them occupied. So the Japanese would lose, but again only because I really threw everybody away in the bonsai, which I again didn't have to do. With everybody being occupied here, some broken units. There's no reason for me to have thrown everybody away. So, quote-unquote, officially, I will mark this down as a Japanese win. But, if anything, it just goes to show the power of sticking to it. Sticking to it-ness. Cool. Alright. Well, I hope that people watching this enjoyed it. Getting to play just a very short, very small scenario. Honestly, I hope that people take a look at this scenario. I think if it wasn't for the sniper taking a toll on things, perhaps if I didn't lose my MMG, I don't think that really made a difference. I'm curious if there's something where perhaps the Japanese balance could be to make it 4.5 turns instead of 5. I don't think the Chinese swapping an MMG for an HMG really matters, just because the MMG is, I mean, it's an MMG. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, this scenario leans heavy Japanese. 13-4 on the archive and 25-19 based on ROAR data, which feels like it's how it works out, or how it would typically work out. I did have the potential for Dare Death, I suppose, because I did start with all 447s, but I didn't really think about it, to be honest. Yeah, I guess, you know what, before I leave, let's see if there's anything here I can try to grasp and see what in what ways these could have differed, or perhaps change my opinion on this. So of all the recorded plays on the archive here, so we have interesting tactical problem as both sides are surrounded to one degree or another. I agree with this. Unusual force disposition makes this a bit more interesting than average. Plays fast too. Unfortunately for me, I neglected to man the R-row hex row hedge, which means things way too easy for the Japanese. Nah, I don't really. I mean, not being on the R hex row, yeah, you do give away stuff, but you don't start with that much as the Japanese in between at M. So I guess you could, as a Japanese, you can get up in here, and then you have a +1. But having a hero, for example, like if I had a hero and the MMG in S5, I would not want to occupy any of these hexes. Maybe Q1, Q2, or whatever, because you probably can't see it all that well. But I don't really see myself wanting to be in Q5, Q4, Q3. I guess Q5 does have the orchard as protection as well, so it's a +2 instead. But MMG is still strong, still something to worry about. I guess, you know, having a mortar in Q3, for example, you do get to see everything. So you could have your mortar shoot every one of these with white phosphorus if you could roll for it. and also just put down smoke, which is something I didn't do. And honestly, like if I was to play this more seriously, without just like throwing a bunch of units away just to have fun, um, I would probably have tried to smoke. Smoke whether it's in S4, which I could have done from here. Um, Smoke S5 would also be really good. Um, yeah, something to consider if you ever if you end up playing this, I suppose. Um, what else? In the opening turn, the Chinese could hit a barn door, so the Japanese waltz into a first building. I don't really get this. What waltz into a first building? I guess he had S5 like open, and these Japanese just like walked into it. And if you're not in S5, you're kind of just giving it away because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't get in without CXing, but you could just advance. You know what I mean? Like you're just in there, so you need to. I find you need to occupy S5. Um, so maybe that's part of it. Light mortar and LMG were both useless. The MMG and ordinary infantry had their moments. Dare death never came into play. There were too many Japanese to shoot at and too exposed terrain. Several Japanese bonsais and zerkers overwhelmed Chinese resistance. In the last turn, a late self-rally placed the Chinese unit within reach of the VC location. It was not meant to be. Yeah, I could see how that happening. I got, what, 3 more to read here. So I wasn't overly excited with the looks of this scenario, as both my opponent and I had heard it was tough for the Chinese, and after setting it up, it did appear so. Things started terribly for him when my sniper popped his 9-1, taking the whole stack down with him. Oof. I had laid some smoke with my mortar, super smart, something that honestly, I need to focus more on smoke usage, just for how important it is. And was able to move up to the hedge and advance across it. In the north, I sent a squad to capture the bridge, while the rest stayed back to hold the Chinese at bay. I don't really agree with sending a guy for the bridge. My reinforcements came storming in along the road. Turn 2 saw me place some more white phosphorus, which, yeah, it's smoke as well, so yeah. And force him out of the first stone building. But another Chinese hero was generated. In the north, the Chinese set up a line to try and fire group me into submission. Turn 3 saw me place yet more smoke, but my mortar wielder was broken, and I made a silly mistake not to getting a leader back to rally him. I finally got brave enough to push a bit on his MMG stack in the village, while the Chinese in the north continued to press. Turn 4 was bad for the Chinese as I ousted the MMG stack and rebuffed his northern assault. The bridge was looking fairly secure, but I had only 1 turn to break 2 more squads in the village, and I still had my mortar wielder broken. Turn 5 saw me break one of the remaining Chinese squads and the first bonsai charges. I was able to enter melee with his remaining squad and 2 heroes, but it had been costly. Last turn saw a desperate attempt to take the bridge fail. I was able to encircle and break his last remaining squad locked in melee for the win. It turned out to be a great close game. Second of the last ones here. Not entirely sure what I could have done better to win this one. This is a Chinese win, by the way. My units from the south made good progress and cleared the village south of the stream by game end, but got no further. Might have done so if my mortar had gotten its white phosphorus shot. Real failure was north of the stream, though. My hip squad. Oh, you know what? I guess you do get a hip squad, but yeah, I guess you do get a hip squad because you'd have. I just don't know what the ratios are. In 1937, if you do get them, you would get 1 squad, I suppose. Yeah, my hip squad plus LMG got 2 shots at 6 down 2, both of which missed. Oof. Chinese Dare Death squad then charged in, surviving an 8 down 3 shot from my other squad and leader, and other Chinese then followed him into CC. I tried controlling the bridge by going into the gully underneath it. Chinese simply followed me into the gully and forced me out. Very well played by X. And then lastly, Japanese set up to give Chinese reinforcements a bloody nose right from the first prepar phase, and it went downhill from there. Chinese were slightly diced as the overall average belied a 7.6 on morale checks, balanced by good CC rolls. Reinforcements struggled to pass a single MC and rolled 2 12s. The MMG in the village rolled 11 twice before succumbing, although the 8, 1, and 2 squads wiped out a stack of bonsai attackers. Although the Chinese managed to eliminate several Japanese squads, the Japanese were unstoppable. Their leaders never failed, and their troops followed them for a solid Japanese win. Yeah, I definitely think that there's in the way that it's been played, Japanese have certainly, well, I mean, the stats show that Japanese have won more. I think that's honestly getting smoke, having white phosphorus, the ability to set up in preparation for the Chinese, however well, like wherever they decide to set up. You really get to punish them, and yeah, I hope actually I wonder how much tournament play this scenario gets. I wonder if there could be more for it. So um, yeah, and what was it? What was the rule again? Provided the win if they control the bridge hacks, provided they're no good. Yeah. So yeah, I yeah. You know what? Like I guess there's always the these guys wouldn't be able to make it in, and then these guys would have to, I guess, like, well, I could just CC them or whatever. But essentially, yeah, if you, as long as you control the bridge and this is clear, you're good. So in this instance, you know, if it had gotten to a point, I wonder maybe, it's probably not. Nah, it's too the bridge is too exposed. You wouldn't be able to do something where you would immediately. Well, anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed. Might have a game tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. Again, I was supposed to play with Rutan, so I hope he's doing well. Um, if we play tomorrow, then it'll be FT280, Salvation at the Temple. And if there's no stream tomorrow, then it'll just go back to our regular Tuesday broadcast and next Saturday broadcast. So um, either I will see you tomorrow or see you on Saturday. So thanks as always for watching and participating, and I will see you next time.